standing outside the Austin Convention Center. I just heard that there have been 4 UPS packages sent to African American elderly people in the Austin area, and I am fucking disgusted by how many people don't know shit about it. We're live. And I'm going to the sunny side of the street because the sweat dripping down my back is getting a little, I don't know, uncomfortable. I'm not really interested in finding out more about it. I'm actually just interested to see how many people on the street know about it. Excuse me, did you guys know there have been 3 explosions in Austin in the last 2 days? I'm just stunned by how many people don't know anything about this. The police told me that it was 3 packages and that 2 elderly African American women had died and they were sent by UPS. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't mean to be alarmist. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Oh, I thought you said something. I'm sorry. Did you guys know that there have been 3 explosions in Austin in the last 2 days? I am stunned by how many people don't know about this. My wife just called me panicked 21 minutes ago. I was down on the corner. I went directly to the Viceland booth because I usually get good news from Viceland that I repeat on my blog. And basically, they didn't know shit. They told me to lower my voice. I said, people died.
That was right on time.
I think there's a train coming. Sorry. Did you know there have been 3 explosions in Austin in the last 2 days? No? It's unbelievable how many people don't know about this. You know? What?
I do know.
Oh, what do you know?
There was 2 in South Austin just today. One of my roommates texted me about it.
Oh. I heard it was 2 elderly African American women and that the other 2 packages also went to African American households. And I don't believe in coincidences.
Oh.
Do you believe in coincidences?
Coincidences can happen. Coincidentally.
When the first tower fell, I was like, oh, you know, an airplane, you know, got out of control. When the second tower fell, I was like, we better get out of this neighborhood.
Yeah.
I don't believe in coincidences anymore. Did you guys know that there have been 3 explosions in Austin in the last 2 days?
Yeah.
Do you know anything more about them?
No. I only read the headline. I'm sorry.
It's stunning how little people know,
Isn't it?
including myself.
Yeah.
Maybe he knows. Can you tell me anything about the explosions?
Give me the ID card.
Yes, of course.
No, your ID card. You have an ID card with you?
Which this is all I have. I mean,
You don't have an identification card? I mean, you have a tag with you, so that means you have an identification card, right?
well, I don't carry it with me just because I have a tendency to leave my wallet places, so I don't.
So what is your name?
Charles.
Charles?
Wait, I'm sorry. Is my tag is undone. I'm sorry. I'm Charles.
We got to stop here. Charles Kirby?
Yeah.
What is your date of birth, Charles?
21170.
21170.
Yes, sir.
Charles Kirby, 21170. So what are you asking about the bombers?
Well, I heard my wife called me when I was down at the barbecue, and I got upset. I got worried.
Okay.
And I had an experience last night when I was on the street. I did a comedy set at Esther's.
Okay.
And I came out of the comedy set and I met a couple homeless people and I felt really, I'm new to Austin. I've never been to Austin before. And so
where are you from?
Well, I'm from Princeton, New Jersey.
From New Jersey?
Princeton.
Oh, I know where Princeton is.
People in Princeton don't call it New Jersey. They just call it Princeton.
Well,
it's an elitist bullshit kind of thing.
I know where that is because I've been there before. So.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm asking just because my dad lives in Malakoff, Texas, and he is.
Malakoff is far away from here.
No, I know exactly where it is. I took a Greyhound bus from there to here.
Okay.
So, but my dad lives in Malakoff, and he says since he retired back to Texas, he says that it's getting very dangerous. So I was just panicked.
Why
so I got
panicking
upset.
about?
Well, because people died. I mean, I heard 3 African American women were open packages and died.
Okay.
So I just.
So what is your question about the package? I'm not getting it. You walking around asking people about the packaging. I'm trying to figure out what is your question about the packaging. If you already heard most of what's going on, right?
No. Actually, I think I can answer your question by saying my angle. I'm here at South by Southwest as like a blogger, storyteller, filmmaker, and my angle was simply to try to raise awareness about it by asking people.
Okay. But you see how that could be.
Of course, I see now. See now, but not until this moment did that occur to me.
Okay.
So yes.
But now you've been that kind of in a sense, I would say alarming people. You know,
Fair point.
especially in a venue like this, I think people would be more, I don't know, afraid or
Right.
concerned in that sense when you bring up something that has been very publicized through the media already.
Okay, I don't. When I'm at conventions like this, I travel a lot, and when I'm at conventions like this, I get a little absorbed. If you know what I'm saying. So I don't really, I just stop checking my phone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Asking other people about it.
Right, because I find better information from human beings than from the media.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying I don't trust the media.
Well,
I trust you as Officer Cumberbatch. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, but when you start recording people asking them questions and recording it, you're not trying to seek information. You're recording information now to disseminate that information to somebody else or what? Because what you're gonna do, you're gonna raise red flags when you do that, and then FBI's and everybody that's involved, especially been that this is not something to joke around with.
No, I totally am not joking.
It's been at least 3
I'm not
in
joking.
this past couple of weeks.
I'm not joking in any way.
Yes, hold on. Hey, Jones, Cumberbatch and Jones, you guys need to make contact or what?
No, I shouldn't be complaining. I just got to get crazy. I've got all the leadership we all have.
Dispatch, you need to make contact. 10-4, I called it in just a while ago. I'm at Natchez and Fort in front of the convention center. Can you go ahead and run the 27, 29? You guys got that capability?
No, they did it in France in the bucket.
Last name Kirby, first name Charles, 2-11-70.
Charles Carney Kirby. Middle name C. On my driver's license, there's a C and a.
With a Y. You say your license out of where? New Jersey?
No, New York. I grew up in New Jersey.
Negative, New York. Yeah. So I hear you just trying to see.
And I hear you.
Does not happen with them. Yeah. So the thing is that several people already been complaining, and this is the only reason I found out or know who you were.
I'm glad you introduced
Because
yourself.
some people were concerned about the whole thing.
Sure.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
10-4. You have somebody else coming or?
Yeah, like. Right.
Pretty fun.
Therefore, I have my 21 with me. Yes, about running hot. For all the units that are out here, running hot. Just clear it out. NBC talk about hot. Record it.
Hi, officer.
Hey,
Yes, hold on, let me-
Good. How are you? Thank you, Doctor. Officer Cumberbatch.
Hey,
Sorry.
Who needs the 21 minutes? Go ahead and 21 me.
It just keeps you updated.
Is this Corpus? I'll text it to you.
What's going on today, man? Everything all right?
No, I heard there were bombings and I got worried.
Okay.
Besides that, I'm attending South by Southwest.
Yeah.
Been here since Friday, first time in Austin. Leaving Friday morning by Greyhound. I have a session on Thursday. And I live on 225 East 74th Street in Manhattan, apartment 4A.
Cool.
Hello, officer.
How you doing?
How are you? I'm Charles.
Nice to meet you, Charles.
Nice to meet you too, Officer Boyd. May I put on my sunglasses?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just looking at,
No, you're fine.
Thank you. May I put my hand in my pocket?
No,
Okay.
I haven't pat you down. I mean, I could pat you down real quick for safety. You can
No, you're welcome. You're welcome to. I have a titanium knee, so you're welcome. I mean, I don't. Oh,
talk to her for a minute.
Thank you, officer.
So you're just concerned about the bombings or whatever you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can tell you about the last 20 minutes of my life, and I think it'll answer your question.
Okay.
I was at the barbecue eating,
Okay.
and my girlfriend called me. Her name is Catherine McCauley.
Okay.
She also lives at 225 East 74th Street, Apartment 4A in New York
in New
City,
York? Okay.
10021.
Okay.
And she said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Absolutely, the barbecue's great." And so I have a blog called On the Real Reel, REALREEL.
Okay.
And so I go live whenever I get, when I do comedy sets and things like that. I'm chuckyyjabba.nyc on Instagram.
Okay.
And so I'm at South by, obviously, well, for the first time, but for obvious entertainment purposes or, like business reasons. So I went live. I walked to the Viceland booth, which was across the way because I often get a lot of my news from Viceland.
Yeah.
And they didn't know anything about it. And I got more concerned because they didn't know. Then I learned that they were just the marketing people from Viceland, not the actual reporters. But anyway, so I just walked up the street and was stunned by how many people didn't know about it. So I just checked in safe on Facebook so that my wife knew, because I wasn't taking her calls because I don't know how to go live and also receive phone calls. When you toggle in between, it has a tendency to hang up on people who are watching.
Got it.
And I believe, as a thought process, is that, Texas is a little bit less safe than New York. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
And
That's the funniest thing you said today.
I was trying.
Texas is unsafe in New York.
I told you.
live in New York.
I told you, chuckyyjabba.nyc on
Come on,
Instagram.
man.
Oh, I told them. I'm a comedian.
Okay.
Can I?
That was funny.
Thank you.
That's one of the
Thank you.
sounds
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. So we just want to make sure everything was cool.
Absolutely. I want to help you make sure everything is cool.
Okay.
So
I mean, by the way, things are not cool, in my opinion. I mean, 2 African-American women died, from what I understand, by walking from Viceland to
actually,
here.
son,
I really don't know. I'm telling you what I know. I didn't mean to contradict. I'm just saying, in the 20 minutes I've been live, I have been told by police officers and other people a number of things that concerned me.
Yeah.
One of which was that there were 2 bombs, and then one of which was that there were 5 bombs, and that then there was someone told me that it was by UPS. And then this is where the conversation went, cumulatively among the people that I was talking to. It was in East Austin, so it doesn't matter. And then the next thing that really got me pissed off was the 3 boxes were sent to African-American homes, so.
okay. So
And that's when I hashtagged Black Lives Matter. Because though all lives matter, I mean, come on, like seriously. And it was 3 white people in a row who happened to say that. And I'm not even speaking about the racial implications or the profiling implications, but if you guys have to wear body cams, why doesn't everybody else?
true.
So-
So check this out. This is what I'm going to tell you.
I'm sorry,
If you
I didn't mean to put my hand in my, I'm sorry, I put my hand in my
If
pocket.
you really want to get some information, our chief is been doing continuously, was doing an interview over the media, and that's probably the best information you're going to get because he's at the scene and he has been at the scene in these things. Don't listen to what you hear in the street because by the time you play that game, if I tell you something and by the time it gets down to the person down there, it's something totally different.
If I may humbly disagree with you, just personal opinion,
Okay.
I think that, and again, my opinion, Charles Carney Kirby II, born in, Columbia, Missouri, lived in Malakoff, Texas briefly and moved when my dad.
There's not much in Malachi, though. I have family in Malachi.
Do you know, really?
There's not much out there.
Do you know Kirby Dry Goods?
Yeah.
That's my grandfather.
Okay.
Charles Carney Kirby I.
right, so
And my great-grandfather, Big Daddy, and they just say that because I happen to look like him, I guess. I never met him. My dad graduated from Malakoff High School in 1961.
So my
No, 57.
So my wife,
SMU 61.
my wife's cousin was a head coach, the head basketball coach for Malachi
No,
for
no way.
30 years. So
You-
that's all I know about Malachi.
And where do you
It's not
live?
much. I live in Austin,
Where'd you grow up, though? I'm sorry, I meant to. What?
California.
Ah,
But
okay. So it's cousins. Got it.
Every summer I went to Brooklyn.
Got it. What neighborhood in Brooklyn?
That's where my grandmother lived, right off of Fulton.
My brother lives right by the new Barclay Center.
Okay.
Yeah. I have 2
Yeah,
nephews.
Not too far. Right down the street from
Where the shipyard used to be.
and cheesecake. What's his name? Junior's.
Oh,
Right down the
cool.
street from
Oh, my
Junior's.
God. Of course. Absolutely. My favorite is, and have you been to Brooklyn?
I've stopped through there once.
This is a real thing. Sign, imagine, red letters, big chicken image in the window, red letters, a big bucket at the end, and it says, You know what it says?
What, talking about Junior's?
No.
What are you talking about?
The chicken place next to it, which is called
No.
Kennedy Fried Chicken.
Okay.
KFC.
Yeah, see why it's funny?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Can I move on?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll get out of your way.
Hey, listen, man. Just
Thank you for your work.
Quit alarming people. Man.
Thank you for your work. I appreciate your point.
All right.
I'm sorry, can I just say one more thing? In my personal opinion, what I was gonna say, I got distracted by the Malakoff cousins.
You like me, dude.
What I was gonna say, no. What I was gonna say was, my goal personally for my blog is to not gain more information. Oh, of course, yeah. No, you please tell me. I'll stand over here. My goal is not to gain information. Like, my goal is to raise awareness. Because I think that the media, CNN's got it covered as far as what your chief is doing, and I really don't want to distract her or him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't need to report to me, and I don't want to spend my time going to a press release where I have to fight and have credentials. I just want to say to these people, did you know there have been 3 explosions? And when they say they didn't, that's what's bothering me.
Okay.
We're out here having too much fun, man.
What?
So they're out here having too much fun. They're
And
not
that's
worried-
the problem.
Yeah, they're not worried about an explosion.
All right, thank you for your work, officers.
All right, man.
Take
Be
it
good.
easy.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever. We can do it.
My homeless guy that I took back to my Airbnb last night did this to me. He goes, do you know the elbow?
Yeah, bro.
He goes like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not what I meant to do.
That's fine.
All right, I'm moving on. Thank you for your work, officers. That's not fucking on the real. I don't know what is.